Welcome, dear viewers, to Terrifying Tales, where shadows whisper the inexplicable reigns. Venture into the world of the supernatural. Prepare for spine-chilling stories of the unknown. Strap in for the Poltergeist Chronicles, My Childhood Home. Let's venture into the abyss of the unknown together. Are you ready to step into the world of the unknown? Welcome to the Poltergeist Chronicles, My Childhood Home. In the realm of the supernatural, the inexplicable often becomes the norm. Each corner you turn, every creaking door you open, may lead to a reality far removed from the mundane. A reality that challenges your perception, your understanding of the world, and your courage. Today, I invite you to embark on a journey that transcends the boundaries of the ordinary. A journey that delves into a world shrouded in mystery, and a realm that has captivated humanity for centuries. A journey into my past, into the heart of a house that knew my name. As we traverse this path together, remember, the supernatural is not for the faint-hearted. It's a realm that requires courage, an open mind, and a willingness to venture into the unknown. Are you ready to step inside the enigma that was my childhood home? Then let's begin this chilling voyage into the abyss of the unknown, into the house that knew my name. Have you ever descended into the chilling inexistence, only to be greeted by an unseen entity murmuring your name faintly? This inquiry has always haunted my consciousness, the kind that tingles down your spine, compelling you to question your own senses, your grasp on reality. Now close your eyes and envision the domicile I grew up in. A sinister structure, ominously looming amidst a seemingly innocent town, where the air reeked of decaying pines and deserted roads echoed with silence. This house was no ordinary childhood abode. The building, with its deteriorated walls and creaking wooden floors, though seemingly ordinary, held a sinister aura that was impossible to ignore. Its ancient walls were carriers of more than just family keepsakes, faded imagery of ghostly smiles imprisoned in grayscale. They harboured an ominous air of the unknown, an eerie sense of something much more sinister than history. Something that sent cold chills down your spine and your skin prickling with a fear so raw. In its gloom-ridden corridors, a labyrinth of concealed chambers and forsaken memories, I often felt the unnerving gaze of unseen entities. Monitored, pursued. There was this unshakable sensation that I was never alone, that some form of eerie presence always lurked. Every groan of the old wood, every hiss of the wind seemed to echo a spectral warning. It was a silent waltz between the living and the hidden, a dance that evoked an unsettling sense of dread. And then, one fateful day, as I was enveloped by the silence, I heard it. It was a soft murmur initially, merging with the rustling leaves outside, and then it amplified, becoming more distinct. My name. It wasn't screamed. It wasn't spoken out loud. It was a chilling whisper. Whispers that seemed to vibrate through the stale air, whispers emanating from an undefined source. It wasn't the wind, it wasn't an illusion, it was real. The voice was alien, neither grating nor harmonious. It was an impersonal whisper, devoid of any emotion. It was neither comforting nor menacing. It was merely a presence, an unseen entity, acknowledging my existence. It made my heart pound violently, my palms perspire, and my mind race with terrifying possibilities. Was it a phantom, a poltergeist, or was it my mind concocting horrors? But it was too palpable, too chilling to disregard. Endless nights were spent lying awake, haunted by the recollections of that day, questioning my sanity. The whisper was a spectral echo that lingered in my thoughts, a terrifying reminder of the unknown. It would revisit me in my nightmares, in my daily routines, in the dead of the night. It was a cryptic enigma awaiting resolution. I sought answers in desperation. I delved into books, consulted spiritualists, ventured into the realms of the supernatural. I confided in my family, my friends, even strangers, anticipating that someone would shed light on this mystery. But the answers remained elusive, plunging me further into the abyss of the unknown. From that instant I knew something was abhorrently amiss. I wasn't petrified of the unseen presence, I was terrified of the unknown, the dread of not what it desired, why it singled me out, and the horrors that awaited me. It was a terror that would lurk in the recesses of my mind, a terror that would shadow me for the rest of my existence. As I moved, flickering lights would cast unnatural shadows that seemed to writhe, and a sudden cold gust of wind would sweep through, seemingly from nowhere, reminding me constantly of the unseen presence. What fate awaits you when you discover you are not the sole inhabitant of your abode? This is a haunting query that consumes my thoughts, particularly when the world plunges into darkness and the night takes hold. In these silent, eerie hours, shadows twist grotesquely on the walls, while unseen phantoms orchestrate a chilling symphony of untraceable noises echoing ominously through the desolate corridors. Paralyzed by terror, I lay wide-eyed in the pitch black, the rapid thump of my heart pounding a frantic rhythm in my chest, as an indescribable dread gnaws at my sanity. The first signs were insidious: a displaced book, a door left ominously ajar, minute disturbances that unleashed a dreadful surge of panic. Disbelief was my initial sanctuary. Yet, as the terrifying events escalated, denial became an increasingly futile shield. Objects began to hurl themselves violently across rooms, the terrifying echo of inexplicable noises transforming into a bone-chilling symphony of spectral whispers that cut through the oppressive silence, speaking in an otherworldly language that twisted my blood cold. Every echo, every spectral murmur sent jarring chills down my spine, affirming the horrifying reality that I was not alone. The sensation of an unseen, icy hand brushing against your skin is an unspeakable horror. An ethereal touch that sends a wave of terror rippling through your body, making your skin prickle and your heart pound uncontrollably. This phantom touch would strike when I least expected it, its spectral presence a constant, horrifying reminder of my uninvited companion. Days bled into weeks, each passing second saturated with consuming fear. My childhood sanctuary was now a macabre monument of terror. The once comforting blue walls seemed to close in ominously, my treasured memories replaced with the bone-chilling revelation of the unseen entity I was forced to coexist with. My nights were a terrifying vigil, each creak of the floorboards, each mournful howl of the wind, each sinister flicker of the lights, a petrifying ordeal. I was constantly tormented by thoughts of the invisible intruder, its presence a monstrous spectre overshadowing my every waking hour. The terror was not solely about the existence of the unseen entity. It was the dreadful uncertainty, the agonizing unknown. Who or what was this entity? Why was it here? Was it malevolent or benign? Did it desire something from me? Or was it merely trapped, caught between realms, seeking release? A frantic search for answers led me down a path of ancient texts and paranormal consultations. I even installed cameras, desperate to unmask my spectral roommate. Yet every attempt only deepened the mystery, intensifying my confusion. The unseen tenant was as elusive as it was terrifying. Somehow, amidst the bone-chilling terror, I discovered a morbid sense of companionship. A chilling revelation, fear mingled with a perverse intrigue. I found myself drawn into the enigmatic lore of this entity, its untold tales, its invisible existence. Night after night, the invisible tenant asserted its spectral presence. Day after day, I endured the relentless reminder that I was not alone. My existence had become a nightmarish ordeal, a chilling existence marked by a constant, paralyzing fear. This was my horrifying reality, trapped in a house that was no longer solely my own. What if your nightmares began to bleed into your waking reality? An unfathomable horror, isn't it? This harrowing question has haunted the depths of my sanity, forever shackled to the phantom of a dream that relentlessly torments me night after night. I was ensnared by a recurring nightmare, a faceless abomination cloaked in a fear-inducing darkness. This figure lurked ominously, always in the same locked room of our house, a house as old as time, its ancient walls echoing tales of the long dead. The room was an enigma, perpetually locked, forever forbidden. Its door, icy cold and inhospitable, was a barrier to the horrors that lay in wait beyond. Each night, this monstrous dream would lead me to this room, the spectral figure waiting in the shrouded darkness. The room, like the figure, was a constant, as if time itself was trapped within its foreboding presence. A room that should have been barren, devoid of any life, yet it held an unspeakable terror. The spectre, the room, and the night terror were all components of a convoluted riddle, mocking me with their unfathomable complexity. Each passing night gnawed at the edges of my sanity. The suffocating fear, the breathless dread of sleep, it all morphed into a horrifying routine. As days bled into weeks, I began to recognize something far more malevolent. Fragments of this dream, shards of the enigma, began to infiltrate my waking hours. The whispers in the darkness, once confined to the labyrinth of my dream, seeped into the stark daylight. They were hushed, barely perceptible, yet they sent icy tendrils of fear snaking down my spine. Each whisper was a spectral echo, unseen but deeply felt in the core of my being. Conversations murmured, always just beyond my comprehension. The sensation of being stalked, a paranoia born in the breeding ground of my dream, began to manifest in the harsh light of day. Every corner I turned, every room I entered, I could feel an unseen, malevolent gaze piercing me, as if the ghastly figure from my nightmares had traversed the veil of sleep into reality. The inexplicable cold, a signature of the locked room in my dreams, began to creep into my world. It would suddenly engulf me, a chilling wave making the hair on the back of my neck stand in fright. It was a cold that was alien, a bone-chilling evidence of the spectral figure's presence, the paralyzing terror that was a constant to infect every facet of my existence, seeping into my thoughts, my emotions, my very core. The fear was suffocating, consuming the last vestiges of hope, and with an icy dread. As the lines demarcating dreams and reality started to blur, merging into a horrifying monstrosity, I started doubting my sanity. The whispers, the predatory gaze, the biting cold, all of it was a relentless onslaught on my mental well-being. I was ensnared in a waking nightmare, an abhorrent terror from which there was no escape. The spectral figure and the locked room had mercilessly intruded into my reality. Their ghostly presence was a constant bone-chilling reminder of the nightmare that had claimed my sanity. The spectre, the dream, and its icy grip were unyielding, strangling my reality, blurring the line between sleep and wakefulness. It wasn't just a blur anymore. It was a terrifying I was condemned to live in. A realm where nightmares ruled the daylight, and reality started to mirror a perpetual nightmare. The figure, the room, the whispers, they all thrived in this distorted reality, a horrifying collision of sleep, all born out of the single dreadful question: what if your nightmares started to bleed into reality? And so I remain, trapped in this unending nightmare, the spectre of my dreams lurking just around the corner. As I continue to question my sanity, I'm left to wonder, is there truly an escape? Or is this my new reality? The terrifying truth awaits beyond the veil of sleep. Do you dare to unlock the gateway to your deepest, darkest nightmares? The question re-echoes through the vast nothingness of my thoughts, its eerie echo persisting within the labyrinth of my consciousness. This spectral voice haunts my mind's recesses like a chilling breeze, a ceaseless reminder of the daunting horror that could dwell just beyond the threshold of this seemingly ordinary door. My shaking hand, slick with cold perspiration, reaches for the frosty metal of the doorknob. Its biting chill contrasts sharply with the feverish heat of my dread. My hand clenches around it, my fingers turning a deathly pale, the skeletal bones pushing against the thin layer of my skin. Perspiration trails my spine, each droplet a testament to my engulfing terror. Within me, my heart pounds to a frantic tempo, its wild rhythm mirroring my dread. It thumps violently against my ribs, a tumultuous symphony resonating within me. Each thundering beat is like a countdown, a measure of the limited time left before I step into the unknown beyond the door. However, despite the immobilizing fear, a morbid curiosity beckons, a desire to unravel the mysteries beyond the door, a drive to confront my nightmares. It's a hopeful desperation, perhaps foolish, but it's the only force propelling me forward, enabling me to resist the suffocating grip of my terror. As I exert force on the frosty metal, there responds with a low, grating scrape, a sound that sends shivers down my spine. It's as if the door itself is cautioning me, pleading with me to retreat. But it's too late for that. There's no turning back. A sudden adrenaline rush propels me forward. The door moans open, its ominous creak piercing the silence like a chilling death toll. The sound resonates, a ghastly dissonance in the creepily still room. My heart races ceaselessly, its frantic rhythm a tumultuous symphony accompanied by the agonized creaking of the door. The room's darkness seems to swell, almost touchable, as if a living entity ready to engulf me. The shadows deepen, the ink-black void stretching into an abyss, promising nothing but terror and uncertainty. Any previous comfort or familiarity is swallowed by the oppressive darkness, leaving only dread. Do you dare to unlock the gateway to your deepest, darkest nightmares? The question continues to haunt me, its spectral echo a chilling reminder of the path I've chosen. It's a taunting whisper amidst my thoughts, amplified by the suffocating silence engulfing me. Shaking, heart pounding, I thrust the door wide open. The door shrieks on its hinges, the sound magnified by the chilling silence. The noise fills the room, a terrifying crescendo signaling the end of my anticipation and the beginning of unimaginable dread. Then everything fades. The question, the terror, the anticipatory dread, consumed by the darkness. Behind me, the door slams shut with a finality echoing down my spine, sealing my fate. The room beyond remains a mystery, its contents hidden in the darkness, leaving one to speculate. What horrors lurk within this room? What monstrous nightmares await? There in the silence and darkness I stand, alone, petrified yet defiant. I've chosen to face my fear, to confront the unknown, to unlock this gateway to my nightmares. And now I wait. I wait for the darkness to reveal its horrifying secrets, for my worst fears to confront me. In this waiting, I find a cold peace, a grim acceptance of the awaiting horrors. Do you dare to unlock the gateway to your deepest, darkest nightmares? The question still reverberates in the darkness, its eerie echo a perpetual reminder of the impending horrors. Amid the persistent terror, I know I've made the right decision, because it's through confronting our fears that we grow, evolve, and endure. This room, this gateway, represents the fears we all harbour, and it's up to us, to me, to you, to muster the courage to unlock it. As I step across the threshold, the door creaks ominously behind me. There lingers in the oppressive darkness a spectral echo in the unbearable silence. The room beyond remains an enigma, its hidden contents shrouded in the impenetrable blackness. A chill runs down my spine as the door swings shut, sealing me within the unknown. What might await me in this room? What monstrous nightmares might be lurking in the shadows? The answers remain enshrouded in mystery, leaving you at the mercy of your imagination. The silence of the room is deafening, intensifying the suspense. As the echoes of the closing door fade into the darkness, I am left wondering what lies beyond. As I stand on the precipice of the unknown, the moment of truth is upon me. The room, shrouded in darkness, is a haunting echo of my deepest fears. My heart pounds in my chest, each beat a deafening reminder of my confrontation with the unseen. I can feel its presence, a chilling entity lurking in the shadows, watching me with unseen eyes. A cold dread washes over me, but I stand my ground, determined to reclaim my childhood home from the supernatural. The air grows colder, a tangible testament to the entity's presence. It surrounds me, a chilling caress against my skin. I feel it, an oppressive force pressing against me, but I refuse to yield. I am here, and I will not be swayed. The entity roars, a soundless scream reverberating through the room. It's a desperate attempt to intimidate, to force me to back down, but I remain resolute. A struggle ensues, a clash of wills between the living and the supernatural. It's a battle of endurance, a test of my resolve against the entity's relentless onslaught. The room trembles, the walls shaking with the intensity of our confrontation. Yet amidst the chaos I feel a spark of hope. I am not alone. I am not powerless. I am a force to be reckoned with. The entity recoils, its unseen form quaking under my defiance. I can feel it, the shift in the room, the change in the air. The entity is weakening, its hold on my home slipping. I press on, my determination unwavering. The entity lets out a final soundless scream, a last-ditch attempt to regain control. But it's too late. I have won. The room falls silent, the oppressive darkness lifting as the entity fades away. It's a slow process, the room gradually reclaiming its former warmth as the supernatural entity is banished. I stand victorious, the invisible tenant finally ousted from my childhood home. And so, the chapter of my childhood home comes to a close, leaving behind a tale of the supernatural. Yet, amidst the fear and dread, I have found strength. I have faced my deepest fears, confronted the unknown, and emerged victorious. The house that knew my name, the unopened door, the invisible tenant, they are no longer sources of terror, but symbols of my courage, my resilience, and my triumph over the supernatural. Thank you for joining us on this chilling journey. You've traversed the unseen with me, faced the invisible tenant, and emerged victorious. If you enjoyed the Poltergeist Chronicles, my childhood home, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Your support fuels our drive to bring more spine-chilling stories from the unknown. Like this video and share it with your fellow thrill-seekers. Your engagement helps us reach more people, spreading the thrill and suspense of our tales far and wide. Most importantly, we want to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell us what you thought about this terrifying tale. Did it send chills down your spine? Did it keep you on the edge of your seat? Your feedback is invaluable to us as we strive to bring you more terrifying tales. Stay tuned for more. We've journeyed through the haunted house that knew my name, and many more thrilling adventures await us. Until next time, dear viewers, remember, the unknown is not always a source of fear, but can also be a symbol of courage and resilience. Embrace the thrill, face the unknown, and emerge victorious. Until next time, keep the lights off and the suspense high.